Welcome to this demonstration on how we use the network days function. You'll see that network days I've put down as having two arguments. Later on we'll see that it can actually take three, but it does work with the two, and it allows us to calculate the number of working days between two dates. We've already seen that we can use days to calculate how many days there are between two dates. In the workplace, we probably want to consider removing the weekends, and that's exactly what network days does. It looks at the working days. So let's look at December 2017. We'll go from the 1st of December through to the end of December, and 17, can't do two things at once. And I'll start to type in the function as it is, so it's equals net, and there we are, it's offering me network days. I'll give that a double click, and again it's starting to help me build up the function. Okay, so the start date is going to be the 1st of December. I now put the comma in, and then it's the end date, which is the 31st of December, and I'll close off those brackets. So that tells me that when it takes out the Saturdays and Sundays, in December 2017 there are 21 working days, but as you're probably aware, a lot of companies will be closing down for the Christmas period, and almost certainly we would need the 25th of the 12th marked off as a holiday, and probably if it's like any of the companies I work for, it won't just be Christmas Day and Boxing Day, it would probably be another 3 days to give me that complete week break. Okay, so I'll drag that on down to include 5 days. Okay, so you'll see that in 2017 I can expect to be off work between the 25th and 29th of December. I now need to update that function, because obviously I've not mentioned anything about the holidays in the start date and end date. And so what I'll do is I'll just start to enter it again. Network days, and it's asking me for the start date, then a comma, the end date, and then a comma, and now I need to include the holidays, and I can include these as a range. If I try to enter them all as individual dates, it will tell me that there are too many arguments, so I've put them in as a range, and as you know from a range, you put the start cell, a colon, and then go on down to the end cell. If I close off the brackets, it will tell me that there are actually 16 working days in December 2017 by the time they've taken away the weekends and the holidays. Sometimes we might not spot that there are some weekends amongst the holidays, so I'm going to introduce a situation now that's going to put a weekend in there, and we'll see how that affects the return value. It does mean I'll be changing the range that we'll be looking at, so instead of looking at C4 to C8, we'll be looking at C9 and C10 as well, but I'll change those afterwards and we can actually see the effect. Okay, so I'm going to give this person marking their holiday from the 24th of December 2017, and I'm going to take that on down right to the bottom of that range I've got available there, and you'll see that takes it up to the 30th. Now the 24th is a Sunday, the 30th is a Saturday. It's telling me that there are 17 network days. The trouble is that formula, that function is wrong. We need to change that C8 to include it, so I'm just going to take that function out and rebuild it again. Network days. It's my start date, it's my end date, and I'll build up my range in the same way. and you'll see it tells me there are 16 network days available, which is what we had without the weekend. So you see that Excel's clever enough to realise that the 24th and the 30th fall at the weekend and shouldn't reduce those days anymore.